Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today we're going to do a mini update into Tattoo Chef because there was some weird news that came out yesterday with the company, so we're going to go through that today. And I don't know if this is positive news or negative news, so I'll leave it for you guys to kind of make your mind up what you kind of think about it. But personally for me, I just wanted to share this with you, and my investments mean a lot to me, and what I saw yesterday was kind of weird from Tattoo Chef, and I'm just going to keep an eye on it. And while I kind of see this thing that I am a little bit concerned about it, so I'm going to share that with you. And it's just something that I'm going to keep an eye on. And as always, this isn't a channel built on hyping up stocks or hyping up Tattoo Chef. Every single stock that I talk about actually means a lot to me. I've got big investment in a lot of these companies. And when there's some positive news, we'll talk about the positive news, and when there's some negative news, we'll talk about the negative news. Just like we had the Kroger update the other day, very positive news. We talked about that, but this news today is a little bit more. Definitely isn't just positive, that you could take this negative, so I'll share that with you in a minute. But the first thing that actually happened is we kind of got to talk about this on the Discord. So on the Discord we have actually a Beyond Meat and Tattoo Chef tab where we talk a lot about Beyond Meat and Tattoo Chef, and we had a big massive discussion about this news last night and thinking, is it actually positive news or negative news? So if you do want to join, that link is in the description. But I am going to say that what I'm going to talk about isn't like my strength really. What we're going to talk about is like website designs, and that's not really my industry. I don't really know too much about designing websites, but what I kind of think I know about it was kind of concerning to me, what was put up by Tattoo Chef yesterday. So as always, if you smash the like button, that'd be absolutely amazing. But what happened yesterday is, if I go on the Tattoo website, is Sunday night, what happened is, if you went on any of the products on the Tattoo Chef website, it actually came up that the products were sold out. So every single product on the website went and sold out. And I was like, that's really strange. Like, that's crazy demand for all the products to suddenly sell out is really weird. And then what happened is this top banner that you can see here, where it says we are doing some website maintenance during the next few weeks, which will require us to hold off taking any online orders. We will be back soon, was added in a few hours later. And I looked at it for a second, I thought, oh, that kind of makes sense. They took all the websites off. And then this little bit here, during the next few weeks, caught my eye, and I was like, hold on, few weeks for maintenance? That is really weird. For a company to shut down its whole website and hold orders for a few weeks for maintenance on the website. Now, like I said, this isn't my area of strength. I'm not very skilled in knowing what goes on with managing websites, building websites. But I thought to shut off complete sales for a few weeks was like, that is a very weird move from Tattoo Chef. And that kind of got me thinking, why has Tattoo Chef halted all its orders on its website for maintenance? Like, you just couldn't imagine any other company holding online orders on its website for a few weeks. You just can't see it. If you think about Boohoo, imagine if Boohoo stopped online sales for like a few weeks. Imagine if Amazon stopped doing that. Absolutely bonkers. And that was kind of like, well, that's kind of like a strange move. Now, I have, just to let you know, I have emailed investor relations just to kind of like get, can you give me a bit more detail about what the actual maintenance is? Because for it to be down for a few weeks just seems a bit strange to me. I've got no reply on the email, so I have contacted them and they haven't responded to me, which once again I was a little bit disappointed about, like the lack of communication there. I just feel like, to say that the website's going to be down for a few weeks for maintenance, I just felt that was like very like, that must be some major maintenance for the website to be down 2 weeks. And the fact that I asked for some information and I didn't get a response either, I was like, that's not great. It's not great communication. And let's be honest, one of the big things that has appeared to be Tattoo Chef's big weakness over the last kind of few months as being an investor is the communication side of it. We know that from previous, Analyst Day was absolutely amazing, but the last one wasn't as bad, but the other earnings call were very poor, and some of that wasn't their fault. I feel like some of the questions in the conference call wasn't great and didn't really help them, but even the conference call, we haven't seen a Tattoo Chef where the conference call has gone on and you've seen the share price go boom, like, oh, this company's like, selling it to us like how amazing it's going to be. Obviously we know how amazing it's going to be, that's why I'm invested into it, and that's why I think in the long term, when you look at the sales and the partnerships they have with Walmart and Costco and how much they're scaling up, obviously I think the company's amazing, that's why I invested into it. But I just feel like the communication is a little bit weak, and Same what happened with a lot of these, the share sale back in April. The communication on that was just very poor, and obviously then it led to another YouTube channel basically saying that I'm not very happy with what's going on, and then eventually they gave a bit more detail on it, and then people were a little bit like, oh, okay, that's a bit better, you know. But because there wasn't that information on it, everyone was like, whoa. And this just feels exactly the same, where we're looking at something going, maintenance for a few weeks. What they're doing for a few weeks, like, you know, it would be something like, it would make more sense as just saying, oh, just to let you know, we are completely rebuilding the website with a new design, and this will be up next week or something. You know, just a little bit more detail like that just sums it all up. But even just informing investors what's kind of going on, because I think to shut down your whole website is just like really, really strange. You know, like I say, if you compare that to like an Amazon or a Boohoo, you know, you couldn't even imagine one of them shutting the websites down. And this is the thing, is like for a few weeks, it just seems like it's just something absolutely major. Now, if we go on the Tattoo Chef website, this isn't a crazy design website in my opinion. You know, I don't know too much about designing websites, but I feel like, you know, there's a couple of images here. There's not many pages on here. There's not many products on here. There's a couple of images that you know, would probably shove together in, you know, Photoshop and add on every so often. But this isn't anything crazy. If you wanted to add something in here, like a product or an image, this wouldn't take ages to do. And if it was a complete rebuild on website, you wouldn't just take your whole website down for 2 weeks to completely rebuild the website. You would kind of do it on the side, and then kind of maybe go down for like a day or two, and then transfer your new coding in, and then it would be up and running. I think that would be what you would do, so you don't lose that many sales. So to completely shut this website down for a few weeks, I was like, this is, in my opinion, a really strange move. Now, realistically, I'm going to say this, is that financially, I don't think this will affect Tattoo Chef that much, because they've only kind of done e-commerce on Tattoo Chef website for like, I think it's like about November time, they actually launched the e-commerce site. So this is kind of new, and I don't think many sales will actually come through the e-commerce site. Now, one thing I've always been critical of Tattoo Chef, and also actually on the investors day or conference call, should I say, is no analysts actually go, oh, by the way, this is how our e-commerce is doing. Like, our e-commerce website is growing, you know, like at 50% rate, 100% rate. We've never actually got that many numbers about how important this actually is to Tattoo Chef. Now, I think most of the revenue, and I believe if you go in the SEC filing, most of the revenue does come from like free customers, which I believe are Costco, Walmart and Target. So I don't think financially this will affect Tattoo Chef. I just think it's very weird to shut down your whole website for a few weeks. Like, I don't know what maintenance is needed for a few weeks to completely shut it down. And that's just my little thing. And then, you know, no other website, no other billion-dollar company would do this, which is just really weird, and the lack of information is really weird. Now, what we kind of got talking about on the Discord is actually, we started thinking, for all the products to sell out and to shut the website down, and thinking, considering that Tattoo Chef are taking on, you know, target of just, you know, up to the amount of SKUs they have. Walmart, Costco are doing more and more SKUs in, you know, Europe, for example. We know that Whole Foods has just been a new client that they're selling in Whole Foods as well. I wonder if there's this kind of, and they've also bought the new factories. I wonder if there's a lot of demand and a lot of pressure on Tattoo Chef to develop a lot of these products now. I wonder if, you know, they kind of think, okay, we've got our online website, and they're kind of taking a few sales here and there. We're having to manage the distribution of these actual products. And you know what? The main thing, the most important thing is our suppliers right now. And while we've got a lot of supply chain issue, while we're struggling to kind of keep up with the amount of demand that's there, what we'll do is we'll kind of shut the sales off here for 2 weeks. Maybe we need some more workers. Maybe they need to kind of get the new factory that they've got, you know, ready and making Tattoo Chef products. Hold it there. Let's get this factory going. Let's make sure that we can supply the more important parts, which is, you know, the last thing they want to do is kind of annoy your Targets, your Costco's, your Walmarts. Those contracts are the most important to what Tattoo Chef have, because that's what will be making up the majority of revenue. Is it to go, hold that for one side, let's just ignore that for a second, focus what we have, the supplies we have onto Target, because what we were going through on on the Discord last night is when the amount of Target stores that you're going into, and they're selling out huge. You know, there's a lot of demand here in a lot of these Target stores. So there's so much demand now that Tattoo Chef have just gone, let's hold off on our website, focus on meeting these store demands. And that's, you know, we know it's there. We know it's there because of Target increasing the SKUs. The amount of other stores are now taking on the product. I don't know. I think that I would be more happy if Tattoo Chef actually came out onto the website and said, oh, just to let you know, we've halted sales because we are struggling to keep up with demand through some of our partners, and we are focusing on production for them at the moment. And that little bit more honesty would be like positive. I would take this positive. Oh, they've had to shut the website down because there's so much demand. I'd have took that positive as like, yeah, it's kind of like bad that they can't produce as much and they're struggling to produce, but that's only because there's so much demand there, and we would know that they've got the factories coming in, that's everything okay. But the fact that the online website's gone down for maintenance, I just think that's really weird that they've shut down the whole website. You know, you wouldn't see any other billion-dollar company actually shut down the whole website for a few weeks for sales. You just wouldn't see it happen, and I just thought that was really weird. And like I said, a bit of frustration as well that I've emailed them for a little bit more detail of why this few weeks of maintenance is going to take so long, and no reply either. And just as a shareholder, this just kind of comes back as like just something to keep an eye on that at the moment to me is a little bit, I would say a little bit of a negative of what's going on with Tattoo Chef, but could quite easily be positive if Tattoo Chef kind of gave more information on what's going on. So yeah, I just wanted to make this update about just something a bit strange. I mean, it might come up in a conference call in like maybe the next earnings, why the website went down for a few weeks, we'll see. But as far as I'm aware, I've never seen any kind of information that this was planned, or I can't remember anything in the conference call unless I'm missing anything. But yeah, I just thought this was a really weird situation that's going on in Tattoo Chef. And like I say, you know, we're not building this channel. This channel isn't built around hyping up stocks. You know, when there's something positive, I'll talk positive about the company. If there's something negative, and my investment, my capital is, if I see something negative that worries me a little bit as a shareholder, I'll talk about it. And like, this isn't a thing of like, oh my goodness, I'm going to sell my shares tomorrow. But it's just a little bit of a weird situation where it just seems like there's not much detail, not much communication. You know, I've even sent them an email, there's no communication back. And yeah, I just haven't seen a billion-dollar company ever shut down the whole website for a few weeks for maintenance. That's just something I'm going to keep an eye on. And I thought I'd just make a video as well so you guys are aware of this as well, because like I say, you know, the main thing to me is not, you know, doing Tattoo Chef videos because, you know, it's important to me. I'm not hyping up the company. I do Tattoo Chef videos and I research Tattoo Chef videos and look after the company because my investment means the most to me. And while I see this here that's at the moment is a little bit worrying to me, I don't know what you guys think of this situation. I just thought I'd share that with you guys, and I think it's just something to keep an eye on and see where it develops in the next few weeks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Let me know what you think about this in the comments as well. And yeah, as always, smash the like button. I'll keep an eye on it. Subscribe if you find this video helpful. And we'll see you on the next video where I might talk about Microsoft, I might talk about Facebook, or I was very tempted to do a follow-up video to yesterday's video answering a few questions about that. So we'll see. We'll see about that one as well. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys.